Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another Daily Destiny with Jessie B. I am Jessie Christensen, and here is what I know about God. He doesn't take something good away from us without replacing it with something better. It says in Proverbs 16:9 that a man's mind plans his way as he journeys through life, but the Lord directs and establishes his steps. And I have experienced the Lord direct me on a path that was never part of my plan, only to realize that his plan was so much better. So this is why I started to really write and blog and document my journey, because I just felt the Lord taking me on a path, and it was so evident that it was so much better than I could ever imagine. And I feel that when we can get confident in believing that God can and will replace a good thing with a better thing for our life, then our trust can increase and our worries about our daily life or our plan, that can decrease. And so I want to share a little bit about my journey with Arizona. And I know I share a lot about this just because I truly feel that was where the Lord was directing me. And it's never been my plan. So when I first moved to Arizona, it was summer of 2014. And as much as I knew that this was the next step that God wanted me to take for my life, I was also really fearful of losing the only life that I knew. See, I did love my life in Seattle, and from my perspective at the time, I had a good life. It was comfortable. And so before I moved, I questioned God a lot. And I remember asking him, okay, God, are you sure about this? Are you sure you want me to go down to Arizona? You're taking me away from a life, the only life I've ever known. You're taking me down to a city that I've never been to, away from my family, away from my friends. I had no community. Are you sure you want me to do this? But see, when I left 2.5 years ago, I never imagined having a home and a community in two places. I never thought that was possible. I simply thought that God was just going to take my life, I was going to lose my life in Washington and replace it with something in Arizona, whatever that may be, somehow, some way that God was going to make that happen. But as much as we can plan our journey, the Lord always directs our steps. See, God never intended to take my home or community away in Washington, but to expand it and to strengthen it and to increase it in both places, both Washington and Arizona. And so as I went home this weekend, I got back Monday from being home in Washington for 3 days. And I discovered that no matter the time, no matter the distance, true community and a loving home is about being able to come back anytime, feel welcome, and just pick up where you left off. And I can truly say that I have found that in both places, both Washington and Arizona, something that I never imagined would happen before I moved down here. And it says in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, I'm sure you've heard this before, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. And so if we can trust him with the first step, whether it might be scary and uncomfortable and unknown, that he will guide us along the straight path, and it's going to be his path. And we can trust him, and when we trust him with every step, we will realize that God will not take away a good thing from our life without replacing it and multiplying it into so much better. And so I hope that is a good reminder for you, whether you are deciding what path to take, or maybe you see God's telling you to go this way and it's scary and uncomfortable, but God has a plan, and sometimes he takes things away from us, a good thing, because he wants to replace it and multiply it with something so much better, something that you might not see now, but he does, and he knows. So thank you guys for joining me this morning. Good morning, Sunny and Chris, my brother. Good morning, Cammie. Great reminder. Thanks, Jessie. Needed this today. You're welcome, Sunny. And so, on another quick note, I just want to mention that this New Year's, I did start a weekly newsletter that I send out every Saturday. I started last Saturday. And with every newsletter, it will include just a short devotional, a health and wellness tip, and some other resources to just help you unlock your daily destiny and access all God has for you. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you could just head over to jessiebchristiansen.com and sign up at the bottom. So hope you guys have a great Wednesday. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you guys on Friday. All right, have a great day, you guys. Bye-bye.